Alrighty, what's up all my Dragonlings? I am the Dragon God of Gaming, Damian-Dragon, and welcome back to the gaming news, where we run down the list of all the gaming news and rumors from this week. First off, I do want to say thank you so much for making this a wonderful, wonderful series. I really enjoy running through everything with you guys that has to do with gaming. I'm a hardcore gamer through and through, so thank you so much for giving me the chance to bring all the news straight to you. So personally, from the bottom of my heart, again, thank you. Anyway, I want to start off with a little bit of tidbit that is not going to be in this episode today. First off, it was rumored, leaked or revealed that the PlayStation 5 is going to be running everyone around $540, but that's just speculation. A lot of people have touched on this so far, including somebody that I listened to a couple times, which is RBN Gaming, which is on YouTube. They were talking about that, so take that with a grain of salt for what you guys think. Again, it's a leak or a rumor, so we're not really sure what the price is until Sony officially comes out and says, this is how much it is, this is how much they're going to be paying for it. But also, obviously, as I said, the PlayStation 5 is normally going to be talked about, normally around here, so the PlayStation 5 is going to be talked about today. So, first off, we have the Xbox. We have some news on the Xbox, so that's going to be fun. We have something that has to do with Pokemon. But of course, because people don't know how to treat this series properly, we also have something on the DualSense controller that has got everyone worried. So, you gotta listen tightly, just in case that you are a PlayStation lover. And also, as I said, we have some PlayStation 5 news. So let's stop moping and talking about, let's get straight into the news. So, first off, let's talk about the Xbox Series X. Microsoft's next piece of incredible hardware that they're going to be bringing to the masses. So, what is the problem, per se? To be honest, this time, nothing. This is a thing that comes from ccn.com. I've talked about them a couple times on this channel. And this was written by Max Moeller, aka at Maximol, on Twitter. I was just go seeing what he's up to if you want to get caught up a little bit. But on CCN, he wrote, PlayStation 5's first exclusive proves Xbox cares more about players. And it says Godfall will be a PlayStation 5 console exclusive with no cross-platform release. That gives the Xbox Series X an upper hand. Now, let's go down the article to see what he means. So, it says PlayStation exclusives have routinely been console sellers, but Sony needs to really work on its cross-generation compatibility. It says Godfall is a PlayStation 5 console exclusive, which could alienate a massive player base. Microsoft's plan is the opposite, no next-gen launch exclusives. That itself is not really good either. That makes Xbox more of a player-friendly console, no question. Now, before I even read this, let me make one thing personally clear. That if you want everything to be, upfront and about it, and you want to show, hey, this is what this console is gonna do, then you have to have an exclusive that says that carries out that personal feeling of the PlayStation 4. Take a look at Spider-Man PlayStation 4. There has not been another release like it, and it was freaking amazing. And it just shows how fast and how cool PlayStation graphics can be. And the problem with all this is that if Xbox has no, exclusive releases, then it feels kind of out of place, if you know what I mean. So let's get into the actual article. Godfall is one of the only next generation titles we have details on. It's a looter game with Monster Hunter-esque combat and will feature drop-in, drop-out cooperative play. Sorry. I don't know why that set me off guard. I have no idea why. Also, it will only be playable on PC and the PlayStation 5. Then why are you calling it just a PS5 exclusive? No cross-platform platform. Okay, this has already like undermined exactly what he was trying to say. Okay, it will only be playable on PC and the PlayStation 5, featuring no cross-platform compatibility with the PlayStation 4. According to a Reset Era post, official PlayStation magazine reveals the game will be tailored to run on PS5. This decision is entirely opposite Microsoft's pitch, with the Xbox Series X making it much more player-friendly. Godfall may be gorgeous, but will it only work on the PlayStation 5? It just said it will be it will be on PC too. Xbox Series X owns cross-platform play. Since January, we've been aware that Xbox Series X won't have platform exclusives at launch, and instead all games will be playable on the current Xbox One model and new hardware. This choice means players who don't have the means to upgrade right away can still enjoy new titles. It's also quite contrary to this generation's launch, where games like Killzone Shadowfall and Rise Son of Rome were Xbox exclusive to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Microsoft is catering to the players by not pressuring a hardware upgrade at launch. Matt Booty, the head of Xbox Game Studios, notes that the group wants all players to feel valued. We're going to make sure that if someone invests in Xbox between now and Series X, that they feel that they made a good investment and that we're committed to them with content. Okay? Godfall PlayStation 5 exclusivity is denying a big market. On the other hand, the PlayStation 4 is one of the best-selling consoles of all time. That massive player account will have to buy a PlayStation 5 to play Godfall at launch. And you can bet many of them won't, especially with the current pandemic affecting the work of billions. I semi-disagree with what they're saying. Personally, as he just said at the beginning of his rant, it was a PC and PlayStation 5 cross-platform. But he says it's not cross-platform. Yes, you can understand that it will not be playable to PlayStation 4 players. But a lot of players have what? A computer. And where can they grab up? What can they grab up? Godfall. So, he kind of undermines himself, but I can see what they mean. That Xbox is going to be clearly trying to focus on their player interactivity rather than just forcing them to get the new console, specifically at launch when people really don't have the money for upgrades. I can completely understand that. I had to wait a very long time to upgrade from PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3. And it was only based on me meeting somebody that had a PlayStation 3 and that didn't want theirs no more, that I gained my PlayStation 3. Well, my family bought it off of them, of course, but they were selling it at a cheaper price than what that it was priced at. So I was very happy and very lucky to get a PlayStation 3. And I'm still very thankful that around the time of my graduation, guess what came out? The PlayStation 4. And who got a PlayStation 4 for the graduation gift? That would be me. So not all the time does everyone have the means to upgrade. So I can see what they mean. But personally, you can't just put down Godfall and PlayStation 5 because the exclusive to the console is not available for PlayStation 4 players as well. I can understand how that sucks, but I can also say, like, okay, that gives everyone something to look forward to when they do. So personally, that's on the shelf about that one. Anyway, let's move on to our next news thing for today, and that would be PS5's DualSense controller. Now, this was released last week. Well, and within the last 2 weeks, we were shown the DualSense controller, which is the new PlayStation 5 controller. So, what is to be very worried about this controller? Well, let me inform you. This is coming from www.comicbook.com, and this was written by Tyler Fischer. I hope I brought your name. And this was written on April 11th, 2020, at 10:09 p.m. And it says, new PS5 DualSense controller feature has some PlayStation gamers very worried. This week, Sony finally revealed a PS5 controller, which won't be called the DualShock 5, which he stupidly and incoherently misspelled. He spelled it DualShock. I had to call that out. But the DualSense. In addition to revealing our first look at the controller, which you see here, the PlayStation makers also revealed some new details about the controller, including what type of new features it's packing. One of these new features is a built-in mic to communicate with friends or other players on PlayStation 4. You need to have a headset, which I normally used to. On PS5, this won't be a requirement, courtesy of the built-in mic. That said, not everyone is excited about this new feature. The moment Sony confirmed this feature, there was some backlash from certain PlayStation gamers who cited the privacy concerns about having a mic built right into the DualSense. For one, nobody loves the idea of a mic that is always on. Of course, you can probably turn it off, but this isn't going to settle the fears of some who are worried about not only their private conversations being heard, but recorded and retained. Meanwhile, others are pointing out that now developers are going to be responsible for making sure that voice chat is off by default. Because if they don't, people will inevitably broadcast things they don't want heard to complete strangers. At the very least, it's going to be a hassle for everyone involved. This is written by Bo Moore at Use Booms Wisely. What a Twitter tag. Anyway, a built-in microphone array is a huge privacy concern on the PlayStation 5 controller. Responsibility now falls to devs for games to have voice chat off by default. Otherwise, a lot of people aren't going to realize the controller is broadcasting their living room audio. Yeah, I can also see why that's a problem. Beyond this, the DualSense mic is apparently using some advanced filtering technology, and we are able to identify a player's voice. The thinking behind the latter is that if the controller can identify the player's voice, it can retain this while blocking out all the background chatter and noises. On the surface level, this sounds pretty novel, but some are worried about the idea that Sony will essentially have a print of your voice. Of course, for some, the implications here are worrying, especially considering Sony's shoddy history when it comes to protecting the player's private information. See to the the PSN hack that went on. I'm glad that I didn't have anything stolen from me. Thank God. Of course, given that we all carry mics in our pockets, regularly hand over our private data to everyone, and have devices in our homes consistently listen to us, being concerned about the built-in mic on the PS5 seems a bit silly, but there are some good points being raised. The PlayStation 5 is currently scheduled for release sometime this holiday season. For more coverage on the console, including new rumors and the latest leaks, blah 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 blah. Okay, so I can see also the concern of having a built-in microphone into the thing. They are most likely gonna have an off button for that mic, because just like headsets, all microphones should be able to be turned off, and I'm pretty sure the PS5's controller will also have a mic off button that you can turn off your mic. So, do I think that's going to be really bad? Do I think that's going to be a concern? Not really. But that's also but they did make valid discussions on what could be wrong. Seeing as fit that the PSN hack that happened so much was regularly a problem for everyone. And to be honest, no one wants hackers listening in that private conversation. I have a lot of private conversations in my room, and I'm consistently around my controllers. I don't want anybody to hear what I have to say in the privacy of my own home, and when my mic and my broadcast is turned off. Because after that, it's private dragon. Okay? I like to be alone, and I like to be known that I want my privacy. So I can understand why everyone's in a hassle, but I'm pretty sure that the devs have thought about this and have gone out their way to do something about it. If they haven't, then Sony, you really need to figure out more game devs. Anyway, let's get into the next news cast before I have to start streaming because it is 4 a.m. in the morning and I have a stream at 4:30. So, I can wait till 5, but I'm going to get it done sooner. I have something I got to do at like 6. So, let's get into it. Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. The Pokemon franchise has been littered with a ton of Pokemon, a ton of backlash, a ton of controversy, and sometimes a ton of cheaters. And this is coming off of the Director-D.Dragon. This is written by Paul Cotton. Pokemon Company threatened Pokemon Sword and Shield cheaters. Now, let me make one thing very clear. Obviously, on my personal channel, I'm playing Pokemon Emerald. And yes, I'm using cheat codes in the game. But personally, I did it after I beat the game. I'm not playing co-op. I'm not playing online. I'm not playing against other players. And I'm doing it personally just to play for my own experience. I'm not doing it that to anybody else. These are people who play online and decide to cheat, which I hate. If you're gonna cheat in single player so only you are affected, not everyone else. If you gotta cheat to make sure that you have the best overall score, you should not be playing. Because you are obsessed with the winning and you'll go through any means because you have no fucking skill. And that is my one per freaking video. So, let's get into it. This was written by, I said, Paul Cotton. This was published on the 12th of April, 2020. So, it says, trainers have been exploiting a bug in Pokemon Sword and Shield to prevent them from getting legitimate losses in ranked battles. Again, as I said. Now, though, the Pokemon Company seems to have had enough, threatening to ban players who do it. It says, the exploit occurs at the end of a battle that you lost, without divulging too many specifics in an effort to not amplify the problem. You can turn off your Nintendo Switch at a certain point to prevent the loss. This may prevent losses from the player in question, but more worryingly, it actually stops the other player from getting the win. This means exploit will, in effect, mean the battle never happened. The issue has become so prevalent that Pokemon Company decided to address it directly. This isn't really typical, as other exploits aren't addressed in the same manner. Oh boy, this is a quote straight from Pokemon Company. So, be it as it may, it has been confirmed that some players in trainer battles and online competitions have been deliberately interrupting their internet connections, resulting in improper manipulation of their match results. The post read after being translated from Japanese. They went on to threaten players that partake in the cheat. If it is confirmed that such illegal operations and annoying acts have been performed repeatedly, the cheater will be excluded from participating in ranked battles and internet competitions and the right to participate in live competitions. And that should exactly be what should happen. The tweet itself is in Spanish. My family speaks Spanish, but I cannot read nor actually say a lot in Spanish. So, no español. Anyway, it says, removing a trainer's use of all internet-related activities while playing Pokemon Sword and Shield was also threatened. They also promised to continually monitor any other malicious operations so players can enjoy the game as it was intended, which it should be. It's disappointing some trainers decided to do this, which is certainly not keeping with the spirit of Pokemon. Unfortunately, with so many players traveling through the Galar region, there will always be some that are willing to do something like this. Hopefully, those cheaters will decide to heed the Pokemon Company's warning and learn to accept a loss. Now, as somebody who has played in competitions before for Pokemon TCG, there has been cheaters. And the reason for their cheating is because they do not want to lose. They refuse to lose, and if they lose, they're going to be even more heated because they lost and someone was actually better than them. I call myself the Dragon God of Gaming. I like to consider myself a really good gamer. But I know when to accept defeat. When someone is clearly better than me, I accept the loss and I say GG. Because someone was better at me in that particular game that I was playing competitively on. Take a look at my Overwatch games. I don't care if I get shot and I lost. I don't care if I got beaten. That's not an issue. The issue is that people that cannot learn to accept the problem and the task at hand. They do not know how to accept a loss. So they decide amongst themselves that they're gonna just destroy everyone else's experience to make sure that they will never lose. And if that's the case, then do not play at all because you suck. Get off the stage. If you're not gonna be willing to accept loss with the win, then you do not deserve to be able to participate in any sort of activities. So, do I think this is absolutely right by Pokemon Company? Absolutely. Because this is teaching people to stop freaking cheating. If you're gonna cheat, cheat on your own time. Cheat in offline mode. But if you're gonna be ranked in play, then accept losses with your wins. You're not always gonna be perfect. Nobody is. And if you're gonna decide amongst yourself to ruin everyone's experience to make sure you are perfect, then you have no right to be in a competition. You have no right to be playing against other players, and you have no right to call yourself a trainer. So, with that being said, and with me being a Pokemon player, I'm going to say this one more time. If you're going to try to cheat, stay the hell out of competitions. Because nobody's going to want you there. And if you're in live competitions, you can get hurt. Trust me, I've seen it. Somebody has cheat. Let me go through a small story. It was a long time ago when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I was playing Pokemon competitively for about a year. I lost in a local tournament that we were holding in Massachusetts, and when I lost, I accepted my loss. Obviously, if someone was better than me, then GG, they won. But there was another kid that I'm not gonna say no names because spare the weak. What he did personally was that he tried to take the cards off of the player who was winning. He started trying to enhance his deck afterwards, after he got caught the first time trying to sneak cards from the other player. What we've seen is that he had cards in his pocket that he was taking out to enhance his deck. To see, okay, a good strategy is that you see how the other player is playing, and you see his strategy. And obviously, if you don't have that strategy at hand, there's not a lot of stuff you can do to stop it. Then obviously you take the loss. But he was taking cards out of his pocket to line his deck to make sure that no matter what strategy someone used against him, he would have a card to beat it. So, in the end, he got caught. Somebody saw him and grabbed him. Obviously, I was not happy, and no one else was there too. 5 of the players that was there took him into the park that was right next to it and kicked the ever-loving crap out of the kid, took his cards, ripped them all up, and banned him from playing anywhere near them ever again. Let me make that simple. You will get hurt. It's not a fun time. Don't screw with somebody who is actually legitimately playing and wants to win. It's a bad idea. So, let me get off of that and go to my last news story. Because, yeah, that kind of sucked. Okay. The PlayStation 5. Sony plans limited PlayStation 5 output in the first year, meaning from 2021 into the holiday of 2021, there will be limited PlayStation 5s. I'm going to be pre-ordering mine. I'm going to be buying mine at launch, personally. And the limit for PlayStation 5 is going to be very limited. So, this was written on Bloomberg.com by Takashi Mochizuki and Yuki Furukawa. I hope I said your names right. On April 16, 2020 at 12:20. Okay, it says Sony Corp plans to produce far fewer units of its upcoming PlayStation 5 in its first year than it had for the previous generation's consoles launch. According to people familiar with the matter, the Tokyo-based tech giant is limiting its initial production run in part because it expects the PS5's ambitious specs to weigh on demand by leading to a high price at launch. The people said, asking not to be identified because the subject is private, the global pandemic has affected Sony's promotional plans for the new device, but not its production capacity. The company has told assembly partners it would make 5 to 6 million units of the PS5 in the fiscal year ending March 2021, according to other people involved in the machine's supply chain. When Sony released the PlayStation 4 in November 2013, it sold 7.5 million units in its first 2 quarters. The PS5's loftier price tag may also deter initial take-up. Game developers who have been creating titles for the next PlayStation anticipate its price to be in the region of $499 to $549, and Bloomberg's intelligence Matthew Canterman points to increased component costs, pushing up the price required for Sony to break even. Sony has struggled with its price-setting decision for the PlayStation 5 because of its scarce components, which that does not sound good at all. For anyone who is really looking to get a PlayStation 5, the cost may be really too high for them to break even. So personally, I'm gonna try to grab myself one. I'm already halfway to getting the enough money to even match that, so I'm actually very happy. So, and no, before anyone starts thinking about, hey, let's rob the dragon, I do not keep it on my person. I keep it somewhere else. You don't want it, believe me. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I go, there's one article of news, and this is for everyone who wants a not PlayStation 5, an Xbox Series X. It says the Xbox One X, 1 terabyte, it's hard to beat at just $260. We see a lot of deals for the Xbox S, but the powerful Xbox One X, the console feel the need to put on a fancier shirt to play, sees fewer sale prices. That's why I'm excited about this exclusive deal for Chipskate readers. Daily Steals offering an Xbox One X 1 terabyte with wireless control for $260 when you apply coupon CNETXBX at checkout. The trade-off is that the console is factory refurbished, but because Microsoft did not refurbish, has a full 1-year warranty. For comparison, you can find an Xbox One terabyte refurb on Amazon right now. The Amazon version is $20 more. It isn't factory refurbished, so it includes Amazon's shorter 90-day warranty. So, if you guys want an Xbox Series X for $200, not Xbox Series X, an Xbox One X for $260, then I guess go to the place I just said, because you're probably gonna want it, which is the dailysteals.com, www.dailysteals.com, and use the code that I just said if you want it. I'm not gonna personally get it, but hey, if you want it, it's yours. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the gaming news. I have to get off here because I'm gonna have to start my stream right after this. So, fudge. Anyway, hope everyone has had a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. Next time we come back here will be next Sunday, and hopefully all our we have a lot more better news than we got today. I'm sorry about my Pokemon rant, but I hate cheaters, and I especially hate competitive cheaters. So, Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hope everyone has had a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching the gaming news. If you guys want to see a little bit more from me, you can check out my personal link in the description down below. We are playing Bakugan Battle Brawlers, the Animaniacs, and today, personally, after, when this airs, I'll have Overwatch out. Later on, I'll be playing another game, which I'm not releasing at just a moment, and I'm going to go over a gaming questions where I run down the weird questions that entails through the series that I'm recording on. So I suggest you go check those out. On my off days, as I said, Animaniacs and Bakugan Battle Brawlers until the end of the month, where I'm going to be finding out what other game I want to play. So, otherwise, on Thursdays, I play Spider-Man PS4. So I suggest go checking that out because the game is getting extremely heated. So you're going to want to see what's happening. Anyway, if you guys want to see any more from our lovely, lovely creators, all their links will be down in the description below, as I said, including mine. If you guys want to check out some another person that I've been watching lately, go watch Jimmy's show too, Eternal Sonata, I believe it's called. Go check out his playthrough on Eternal Sonata. It's really cool, and actually, I suggest you go checking it out because the game's actually pretty fun, and I thoroughly enjoying the gameplay. If not, if you guys want to see some Pokemon stuff, I suggest go watching the Shiny Hunts with Chaos 6. Go check him out because it's a lot of fun, personally. Anyway, hope everyone enjoyed today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for listening. But good gaming. Happy hunting. And I'll see all you Dragonlings back inside the world of the gaming news. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys next time for some more Dame-Dragon action. Peace. I'll see you guys next time for some more gaming news. See you then.